As the dust settles at the Martinsville Speedway, the NASCAR Cup Series drivers are reflecting on a race that left many feeling frustrated and unimpressed. Denny Hamlin, one of the sport's most skilled drivers, is among those criticizing the next-gen car's performance on the track. In this video, we'll look at the causes behind Hamlin's dissatisfaction and why he's not alone. So NASCAR fans, stay tuned to the NASCAR Zone till the end and find out what's got the drivers talking. But before we dive into that, do subscribe to our channel and hit the like button. Let's start with Sunday's race at Martinsville Speedway, and then we'll see why Denny Hamlin is frustrated. The No-Go 400 race in the 2023 NASCAR Cup Series is finally over. The season's 9th race began at 3:00 p.m. ET on Sunday, April 16, and lasted 2 hours, 50 minutes, and 35 seconds. The race was held at Martinsville Speedway and had 36 entries. This ended the 2023 season's short track swing. Kyle Larson, driving the number 5 Chevrolet Camaro ZL1 for Hendrick Motorsports, won his second race of the 2023 season in overwhelming fashion. Larson stormed by defending Cup winner Joey Logano on his final pit stop, and then ran away from the rest of the field in the final 30 laps to grab the checkered flag. The 2021 NASCAR Cup Series winner, who dominated the final 30 laps, demonstrated the strength of his number 5 Chevrolet in the final miles without being challenged seriously. He won his maiden race at Martinsville Speedway by finishing 1:42 seconds ahead of Logano. The victory was his 21st in the NASCAR Cup Series. Logano, on the other hand, finished second after an excellent effort. Martin Truex Jr., Denny Hamlin, and Chase Briscoe rounded out the top 5. The top 10 was completed by Eric Almirola, Ryan Blaney, Ricky Stenhouse Jr., Bubba Wallace, and Chase Elliott. Kyle Larson said in an interview after the race that the number 5 team at Hendrick Motorsports did a great job setting up the car.
Huge congratulations to this whole 5 team and Hendrick Motorsports. I feel like Cliff and everybody did a great job all day on pit road, making the right calls, having great pit stops, and then it all kind of worked out for me there at the end. We had a great car. That was the best my car had been. I think, being able to get out front and manage, but yeah, I never, ever would have thought that I would won here at Martinsville. This place has been so tough on me. Just does not suit my driving style at all. I like to charge the center. I like to roll momentum, and that's just not what this place is like. But thanks to Cliff Daniels and everybody for making me feel like I know what I'm doing sometimes around here. So just can't believe it. Glad my family's here too. Caitlin and the kids, I'm sure they're trying to get down here to the infield, but this is amazing. I honestly have never thought that I would win here, so I don't have a spot picked out either for the clock, so I'm going to have to make some space for sure.
But why is Denny Hamlin upset about how well his NASCAR next-gen car did at Martinsville Speedway? Even though there were problems, Hamlin was able to finish in 4th place, and it looked like he wasn't happy with how his next-gen car did. The driver for Joe Gibbs Racing has had a rough few weeks. We saw him get into trouble because of what he said, and we can't forget the whole Ross Chastain mess that got Hamlin in a lot of trouble with NASCAR. Now, after the Martinsville race, the fans have turned against the number 11 driver. In an interview after the race, Denny Hamlin talked about how frustrating it was that the No-Go 400 race took almost 3 hours. When asked where he lost in the end, Hamlin said,
we had the lead and the caution came out, and we had 9-lap tires, and we pitted there, and it put us back towards the end of the lead lap cars, and that's just can't pass.
Denny, this race looked like a lot like last year.
It was worse. You can't pass. I mean, 30, 40 lap tires, and you could just stay up front. The cars that I was lapping, restart on the front, and just can't pass them. Like that's an aerodynamic problem we got to figure out.
After this, fans of NASCAR reacted to Denny Hamlin's conversation. Hamlin's complaints aren't making NASCAR fans very happy. Fans didn't like that Hamlin decided to complain instead of talking about finishing in the top 5. Fans also thought that the JGR driver complained about everything because he could see that other cars could pass him. See what people who like NASCAR have to say. It doesn't sound hard. Denny should give it a try. I wonder if the rest of the crew ever gets sick of hearing him complain about everything. Crying again, week after week. A lot of people passed each other during this run. Chase Elliott passed a lot, and so did Larson and many others. He sounds kind of sour. Hamlin's try not to be the sorest loser challenge. He can't pass, and that's the problem. What a child. And many more comments like this. What are your thoughts on Denny Hamlin's complaints? Let us know in the comments section below. Be sure to hit the bell button and subscribe to our channel to get the latest updates. But if we talk about the drivers, there were many who were not pleased by the race at Martinsville Speedway. The April 16 NASCAR Cup Series race at Martinsville Speedway provided drivers with yet another opportunity to examine the new short track package, which boasts 30% less downforce. Following the NOCO 400, some people made it quite clear that they were dissatisfied with the outcome. Throughout the race at Martinsville Speedway, there were few changes in position at the top of the field. Although a few drivers, including Ryan Blaney and Alex Bauman, were able to push their way through the pack over the opening 2 stages of the race, Ross Chastain took the lead initially, staying on the track during the caution when pole sitter Ryan Preece went down the pit road to obtain new tires. The second incident occurred when Kevin Harvick attempted to pass Ross Chastain on new tires. The race included 10 lead changes in all, but only 4 of them occurred under green flag conditions. 2 drivers, Preece and Bubba Wallace, stood out as prominent examples of the passing issues that happened at Martinsville Speedway. They were both in the top 10 during the first 2 stages, but they were forced to return to the tail end of the lead lap due to speeding penalties during a yellow. Preece's car was without a doubt one of the most powerful in the competition. He won Stage 1 by winning the pole position and leading every one of the first 135 laps of the race. He was unable to make any further progress after being knocked to the rear of the group. Preece spent the majority of the race in the 20th position before crossing the finish line in 15th place overall. Wallace found it much easier to get his life back on track after obtaining his own speeding ticket. Even so, the only reason he was able to do so was that the number 23 crew took a chance and stayed on the track for a longer amount of time, as the majority of cars went down the pit road under green flag conditions. The caution flag was waved after the number 78 Chevrolet Camaro, driven by Anthony Alfredo, lost a wheel, allowing Wallace to pit for new tires without dropping in the standings. Following that, he finished in 8th place overall. After the race, Eric Almirola, who finished 6th, said it was crazy that Martinsville was a race for track position.
We had such a fast Smithfield Ford Mustang. At times I thought we were absolutely hands down the best race car on the racetrack, and at times I thought we were a 4th or 5th place car. The middle part of the race, the track changed a lot, and Drew made a great adjustment to our car. We drove from 8th or 9th back to 3rd, and during that green flag pit cycle, I came out 3rd behind Denny, and Harvick kind of leapfrogged us on short pitting us. And I thought the race was going to be between me and Denny. I thought we were capable of running Kevin down. We had done it previously in that run before. So 100 laps to go, I was like, man, we're right where we need to be. I'm going to race Denny here, and we'll catch Harvick, and it'll be a race between the 3 of us for the win. And then the caution comes out and lets all those guys that we had a lap down cycle in front of us and put tires on. It's just so hard to pass, especially the cars are so equal, and through the race everybody makes adjustments to their cars to make them better, and you just end up running so close to the same lap time. It's hard to pass.
There have been 2 genuine short track races since NASCAR approved the new package with less downforce for short tracks. The first one took place at Richmond Raceway and was praised for how tough it was overall. The second race at Martinsville Speedway was an entirely different story. Many race car drivers expressed great dissatisfaction with how difficult it was to pass other vehicles and how the newly provided short track package did not totally restore the racing product. It had simply allowed drivers like Joey Logano, Ross Chastain, and Ricky Stenhouse Jr. to move to the front of the pack by staying on the track longer than their competition.
Joey, it felt like he, first 2 stages, nothing to go right. He couldn't really pass in the back after starting the back, and then strategy pulls kind of perfectly for you in the 3rd stage. Just talk about your day.
Yeah, I mean, you said it. It's kind of how it went. Hard to pass through. Hard to get our car driving the way it needed to fire off. We were just way too tight in the center and slow, and then Paul did a good job of getting where it needed to be. And some trial and error changes throughout that to try to figure out how to get to that point.
After Martinsville, the NASCAR Cup Series goes to the expansive Talladega Superspeedway next weekend for the Geico 500. So that is for today. Hope you enjoyed it. Tell us in the comments what you think about the video. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel to see more of our videos on NASCAR updates. Look forward to seeing you in the next video.